Okay. Now it says waiting, but I know I'm streaming. I hate that it does this now. There we go. Stupid ass crap.
Hang on, why did I hear you twice?
Heard me twice. Uh-oh.
I can hear you through the stream. Hello, everybody.
Weird. Okay, now I got to turn our audio back on. That was so strange. I won't even get into it. But welcome to what I'm sure is about to be face down, ass up, slap happy ball of fun with us, the tech masters that are the Shills. Oh my God.
The only people in the world who know how to do it and do it well.
Yeah.
That is fuck up, that is.
There's no excuse for those audio sources to have been, but we got a whole bunch of tech that failed before the show. I want to thank Alphabet personally, you know, the jackasses that own YouTube, the service we're on, as well as Chrome, the web browser, that is such a bloated mess that you have to spend $600 on a computer just to run a web browser. Come on, guys. What I went through for the last 20 minutes trying to get this ready is so stupid. It's not funny. It's 2025. Stop giving us stupid ass features and stuff and just concentrate on making the core functionality work stable.
Yeah, anyway, that is a feature. It just, it catches you out, you know.
Yeah. They're probably going to start charging us monthly now. Oh, you want it to work reliably. Oh, that's now a subscription.
Yeah. What do you want? The moon on a stick?
Yeah. Unbelievable. So we'll see, what needs to be fixed and what doesn't need to be fixed afterwards.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a couple of drinks. I mean, I had a complete web browser failure for a browser that controls 30 or 40% of the information I need to go live with. So I had to redo accounts into a different browser, get all this stuff ready. I had a big failure with OBS, the software we use to broadcast the show. And then I open up YouTube and they've completely changed YouTube Studio. Not for the best.
It's just not your day, is it?
No. And now I'm having latency issues with my audio and video and sync. I can see it here. Like, come on, seriously, I have fiber internet. It's not my fault. Well,
It's fibromyalgia. I thought you got.
Yeah, that too. But unfortunately, that doesn't affect streaming. Well,
is that on a subscription basis as well?
Oh, if only. That's one I'd cancel.
Oh dear.
So we'll see if it holds together. At least you could probably hear us. So that's something, right? Yeah,
tell you something else isn't not having a good day today.
Oh,
Ronald Jeffrey Epstein.
What, he get dug out of the grave and retried?
No. Apparently, it's just starting to come out that the evidence of him, it looks like it's all been covered up. The evidence just doesn't look right. It looks like it's been staged. There's lots of details that just emerging.
Wow.
That just aren't adding up. And I was just watching halfway through a video before we came onto the show, and I thought I'd better come up here, otherwise you'll start panicking as opposed to watching the rest of it. But yeah, interesting stuff coming out.
Interesting indeed. Yeah. And you got Trump's new lawyer there that he appointed to something, charging that other girl, the mortgage fraud person who's a Democrat and Trump hates. And the assault on his enemies is getting worse and worse.
Which judge is it who had their house burned down to the ground recently?
I'm not sure.
Is that a different one, or the same one? I can't keep up.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're talking about courts and attorney generals and so on and so forth in a way that is based on partisan politics instead of law for one and all is the saddest state of affairs.
Well, when you're talking about judges taking other judges to court, you're in a very sticky situation, I think.
Yeah. Not the best day you're going to have.
Yeah, especially when you're making up evidence against them, and it's just because you don't like them.
Yeah.
I mean, you do get it. You get a judge who gets caught and some kind of white collar crime, and they end up getting put to prison, and and amongst all the criminals they put away, which is always funny. But it does happen. But this is all a bit bit authoritarian, I would say.
Oh God! I mean, this is literally punish my enemies. Why? Because they're my enemies.
Yes. Just wait till he starts putting people away for looking at him in a funny way.
Yeah. I mean, I understand Trump is pissed because people actually charged him and got him convicted, but you're a crook. I mean, can't you just own it and move on? Why do these people have to be punished? You're the one that did it.
Yeah, I don't think even the mafia do this kind of stuff, do they?
Yeah.
They're not even that vindictive.
Yeah, and it's just so overtly obvious.
Yeah, well, that's the worst thing about it. There's no cover up. I mean, there's not. Well, I suppose in that way it gives you the press, the journalists, the investigative journalists, nothing to do because they can't investigate it because it's right out in the open.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Well, speaking of which, though, some good investigative journalism has exposed that it was absolutely positively supposed to be a private message to Pam Bondi and not a true social post when he said, "Come on, Pam, why are these guys not charged yet?" That famous one now. Yeah.
I don't know how they got to that result, but that's it's an interesting result all the same.
I think that microphone in the White House that you always see in the movies under the table is still installed.
The one they put in Nixon.
Yeah, it's just that Trump doesn't know it. Somebody else is getting the tapes now, right?
Tapes?
Yeah. Well, it's the same system. I'm sure it's recording on little reel-to-reels, right?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you put this on my iPod? I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, so, could do with a bit more bugging in the White House, I think.
Oh man. And then there's reports again about health issues. He, secretly went off to the hospital or something, or is that just tabloid stuff? Or
No, he's. I think it's tomorrow. He's going in, for a full medical checkup. And they're saying it's his yearly checkup, which is kind of interesting because he had one in April.
Yeah.
Which was his yearly checkup. So yeah, this is not a yearly checkup; it's something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people are saying that they're supposedly going to be running tests and things, but they're also saying that they won't run the tests because if they don't run the tests, then they don't have to publish them. So why he's going in there, I don't know. So his knee with a hammer, check his reflexes.
Yeah, the doctor's going to snap on the old anal glove, but not truly give him the whole fist. Is that like I'm just trying to get my head around the process here.
Well, I would do that with Trump just to get the hush money.
I bet you if you told him it was a golden fist, he'd let you go right on with it. I gotta say, YouTube, there's been a lot of changes lately, and I'm not a huge fan of them all. You know, the computer industry as a whole is very, very into this thing where changing the interface of the product that we use without really changing its functionality very much seems to be some thing that we're supposed to just applaud and go ooh and stuff. Does anybody care if the button's 3D or got a drop shadow or slightly transparent or any goddamn thing? Just stop screwing around with it.
Yeah.
You know, we don't care. It's called a theme. So many products have had themes. I mean, I think you could theme Windows 95 for, if somebody wants to play around like that, let them. But for people like me that don't care, can we just simply have a basic fuck off button?
Yeah.
You know?
I know. Apple is like, really keen on that. So yeah, we can't reinvent the iPad or the computer because we nailed it really, and there's not really much we can do, but we can make it different how it looks.
Yeah,
we can make everything all translucency and blurry in the background, and like you say, drop shadows and rounded corners.
Yeah.
And, how many liquid glass, and they call it
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to point out. How many people just paid off 3 years of their mortgage and their child's education and stuff because they were part of designing this new liquid glass interface? And guess what? I don't care. I just don't. Make it look like Windows 3.1 for all I care. I only care about the content within the window. I don't care what the little control bubble looks like and stuff. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's like the people who fuss around with a desktop image. If you're staring at your desktop and how neat it looks, and where's all the fucking windows in front of that? The work you're doing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't worry about it.
I know. Like I've had somebody say to me, "Oh, you got like 30 random icons in your desktop. How do you deal with that?" I don't say it. I don't just sit there and look at my computer and go, "Cool screens, man."
Yeah. Can't wait for the screensaver to kick in so I can watch it.
Exactly. I don't care. As long as I can find it.
Yeah, whatever happened to those screensavers? It was just like an aquarium. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved the fish one. That was badass, man.
Yeah, but it would stop you wanting to break the screensaver because you're too busy watching the fish.
Yeah.
Don't want to press a key and do work. No, I'm just watching the fishies.
Well, the problem was you'd get all the food on top of your screen all the time, right?
Yeah, they should have definitely made it more like interactive so you can have a second screen.
Yeah.
You can have the screensaver running on and you can interact with it.
Or you could have like piranhas on one screen and the feeder goldfish that are awaiting their death in the other,
Yeah, just the fish facing each other off.
Yeah. Don't put me in there. No.
I think you just invented the game.
My buddy, when I was a teenager, had a few piranhas in a really large tank. And right underneath, he had a normal size tank with goldfish that would breed and stuff. And he had printed across the top of it, death row. And they literally just grew their own food, right? They just let the fish breed, you know?
Well, they're wearing the orange onesies, so that was all right then.
Yeah, they're all born with a number. You make license plates until you get eaten. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, to be honest, I was not a fan of watching them eat. It's just, you know, I get it. They just devour them, but I don't have to sit there and watch, you know. I was not somebody who needed fish that eat other fish like that. I mean, with the tanks we have in our family, I let the fish breed because they usually just eat them and then you don't get overpopulated. But I don't just sit there and watch a massacre or like, you know, it's.
So it doesn't happen like what in the movies where, you know, you stick your arm in the water and all the water just boils and you pull your arm out and it's just like bones.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah. No, that's when you slip in a clip of the Terminator.
Oh dear.
Hey, we got Yvonne Way coming in at 3 months of membership here as a beer drinker. Also chucking in a cool super sticker there with the little hippo cat going, what the hell? Or woo, or I'm not really sure. You see those eyes going, and there's just a moment when when the hippo gives it the full Cash Patel with the, you know.
Yeah, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
Who put me in charge of the FBI?
Yeah. That's what we got to call the little hippo now, Cash Patel, because he goes cross-eyed there.
So, talking of which, have we had the Amelia Earhart files released yet?
Yeah. She crashed. Sucks. Couldn't find her.
No, but the thing is, they haven't released the files though, have they? The ones that Trump said we're going to release the files, and then everyone's going around, what files?
Yeah, but why pay?
Files?
Why pay somebody to make an effort when nobody cared? Like he was waiting for this big, yeah, you're a truther, and everybody just went, yeah. The Epstein didn't know her, you know. She never flew anybody to the island, you know.
Yeah, it was a different plane,
different cargo.
Yeah, she was the only chick on board not getting banged.
We got Joe Medley in gifting out 5 memberships. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Big thanks. And then Ohm. The Ohm have come, and there's nothing we can do about it. Comes in as a member renewal as well. Woohoo! Thanks, everybody.
He just couldn't resist himself. That's an electronics joke. For people
That's pretty funny. Yeah. For those that remember and wish the real Radio Shack would come back, you're laughing right now.
Oh, my university professor would have been proud of that joke.
I think my Ohm reference was better, though. Nausicaa versus electricity. I'm going with Miyazaki's original masterpiece. Sorry.
Yeah, well, okay, but fair enough. Yours is a cultural joke, and you have to know it to get it. So
yeah, that's true.
Mine's basic science.
Yeah, well, yours is more of a you have to pay to get it joke. Yeah. And I mean, even if you have solar, you had to buy it. So, yeah. There was a big deal made in the paper a couple of months ago how the local Salvation Army church, I know that sounds weird because usually they just have like food banks and little thrift stores, but they do have churches, and there's one near me. And they were going all in with this big solar thing to reduce their electrical blah, blah, and all this. And it was in the local papers like it was a big deal. It's installed. And they have 2 solar panels that could fit on top of an RV with room for at least 3 or 4 naked women as well. No problem.
So it's just heating up the kettle.
I mean, seriously, I'm not sure it could. They take 1,500 watts, don't you know? I couldn't believe it because it's in now. And I walked past and I saw it and I just started laughing my head off. I was thinking to myself, that's the kind of thing somebody gets for free because they have 50,000 subs on YouTube and they do reviews. I mean, that's just not that, you know.
Well, maybe they haven't done the review yet. But at least now they can get that sock warmer installed.
You know, speaking of which, there's that company Jackery that has the electrical things. And I always thought it would be funny if Jackery had like a Pornhub accessory. So while you're watching, you could also recharge your system.
USB.
Turn your fun friction into electricity.
I mean, I haven't bought any like electronic sex toys for quite a few years now, but I would imagine they're all USB charging now.
Yeah. I got stuck with this Firewire shit, and you need adapters, and you know,
it
only works with my old iPod. You know, everything's interlaced, you know.
Yeah, but I'm sure the sex toy will have all the different plugs so you can plug in whatever you want.
Yeah.
Plug that into the where?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to go there.
That's that thing of if you want to laugh, if you want to have yourself a funny time, especially with your partner or whatever, go on Google or whatever search engine that might be a little bit more privacy focused and won't affect your history, and look for old school little porn clips that people used to put on the internet. And it's funny because somebody just told me about this in the complex recently. You hear the creak of their hands on the video cameras more than the audio and stuff like that. And it becomes this shit show of, you know, you're looking at the wall. It actually is. It sounds like it's a pretty funny, you know, private time having a few drinks together thing to do. It could be could be your thing, but it sounds hilarious.
Using the onboard the camera onboard microphones, you hear the buzz wind of the Zoom.
Yeah. Exactly, you know. Yeah. You hear the random ding dong of a Girl Scout at the door.
Some guy come to fix the washing machine.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Oh no, I am a plumber. I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
Actually, I was on a great clip from a sketch show the other day. But it's a new one, and this guy is basically he's a porn star, and he always does these videos where he's going into some woman's house to fix the washing machine. And his producer was saying, "Well, actually, we checked the analytics, and basically what's happening is people are enjoying you fixing the machine. So we'd like you to carry on doing your these porn videos, but carry on through to repair the washing machine, and we're getting a better click-through rate."
Yeah. Fix the machine, but keep your cock hanging out.
Yeah, no, don't you see that? Yeah. Just gets in the way.
Oh, that's funny. Talk about that's being cock blocked by the algorithm.
It's kind of so true. The modern times is like, yeah. Where did you figure out how to fix your washing machine? Oh yeah, Pornhub. Yeah, I'm not interested in all these people rutting. Take my glasses off. All I can see is pink on pink. I don't know what's going on.
I I wonder if there's any like maker studios. Do you guys all know what I'm talking about? That's like a public pay by the hour place where you can go and like use a 3D printer and a laser engraver and all that kind of crap and whatnot. I wonder if there's any in the bigger cities that focus specifically on like sex toys and the sex industry and stuff, you know? Imagine you go in to make something and somebody's trying out their design to make sure, and you're just like, whoa, Jesus, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I'll fit in mine with a V8.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's not supposed to fit. You know? But, you know. I would be scared to run a maker place because you might get quite a few people that are just smart enough to be dangerous, and you're constantly fixing your shit. Like I would figure that job is one of those things where you're like, okay, it's all set up. All we have to do is get people to pay by the hour. Oh, it's broken. Oh, it's broken. Oh, it's broken. It must be worse than working at McDonald's.
Yeah, you've clogged the printers again, haven't you?
Exactly. You know,
you're not supposed to put blooming, strimmer with wire through it. Just like that.
Yeah, could be an issue. Could be an issue. We got Joe Medley redoing his membership as a beer drinker here as well. Awesome. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. If you don't know the reference, it's beer drinkers and hellraisers. We just made 2 levels, and that's the ZZ Top, right? You don't have to drink beer, you know.
But it helps.
You don't even have to drink, you know. This isn't that George Thorogood song. If you don't start drinking, I'm going to leave. It's a pretty good tune, but you know, it's not a way of life.
Yeah, but if you're not drinking, remember to stay hydrated.
Yeah, that's true. You should always have a drink in your hand, just in case you find yourself in a desert. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, it's so hard to keep the wine cool, though.
Oh, it's funny. So, the right-wing invasion of politics in the political sphere that basically encompasses the world as we know it, that's vocal on the internet anyway. You guys got quite an issue going on. Any new, well, the Brits, you that pray to the Iron Throne, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've got nothing new to say about it.
Nothing new? No.
But yeah, no, it's still there. I was seeing some great memes of Nigel Farage. Basically, he was like, he's on the phone. No, I'd like a wake up call, and the person on the front desk saying, "Yes, no problem. Everybody still thinks you're a cunt."
Don't worry, sir. Nothing's changed. Well,
yeah, no, another one I can't. I'd have to get the wording right. But yeah, no, there's been lots of memes about it. I don't know what's going to happen there. It seems to be calming down a little bit.
Ours is ramping up, I think.
Well, we got Tommy Robinson, the right wing influencer. I think he's got another march for freedom, as they call it, or whatever, coming up again.
He's the kind of guy that's totally got Trump's golden fist up his balloon knot.
Well, the funny thing is, he's been selling a whole load of merch, and it's all made in China.
Send those immigrants home. I need more workers.
What was one of the memes I've seen? There's like a big poster saying, if I could find a country that didn't accept immigrants, I'd move there.
I'm a righty whitey. I'm allowed everywhere, but
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It's ramping up, and I mean, there was this completely irrelevant subject. I was watching a video on a channel called Turd Towns, where he just like goes and visits these different parts of Britain, different counties, and just visits all these places and just talks about how shit they are.
I like that.
But he also does like a subcategory called Posh Towns, and he was actually in my area, which was brilliant because previous week I said, yeah, come to this area, and he's
did. Not seen your backyard, has he?
No, that would be Turd Town territory. but he was in a town literally just down the road from me, Cobham, and he was saying about how posh it is. It's all very, very nice, but he didn't mention the fact that the entire high street, had England flags, the front of all the buildings, and it's like, well, you didn't point out how racist they are. all these white rich folk who put their flags up and going, yeah, we don't want bloody any immigrants coming into our like posh. Couldn't afford to get into your posh town. I don't know what you're worried about. But it's like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have an awful lot of quite rich middle class people, supporting Farage and reform because they don't want any darkies in their street.
Yeah.
And, well, those colored folk, they're great for cleaning up, but I wouldn't want them living next door.
Yeah, well, it was a shame about the curry houses and stuff in that village. It was disappear. But that's where it's going to get dangerous. Is you'd have these people who normally like vote Conservative. That's probably where their leaning is. But now they're sort of like thinking, oh, we're all going to revoke reform because we want immigration to dealt with. Yeah, I think we all want immigration to be dealt with properly, but don't let Farage in because he's Project 2025 UK style, and this is why we need Trump to fail dismally.
Yeah. There's a YouTube channel. I think it's called Not Just Bikes or something, but they love pointing out how many times trying to do more bicycle friendly things in bike lanes in places doesn't work because they're not designed right. Whereas when it's done properly, it works really well and so on. And they did an episode that was really interesting, especially because there was all kinds of links in the bottom so that you could fact check what was being said. I was pretty impressed by that. But the North American, and when I say that, I mean more Western, because a lot of other places in Europe and stuff have done this as well. The way we've set our city design up is if the city doesn't grow, the city doesn't have enough money to maintain itself because it costs too much money to maintain all of the crap it takes to have what we have in the way that we've done it up until now. And right. And so maintenance and upkeep is so expensive that you need growth. And as such, you get to a point where some old dilapidated part of town just gets left until you all of a sudden need that place. So everybody gets bought out and gentrified. It's without growth, there's failure. An even kilter, an even platform of a place just existing as it is over time, population-wise, is not feasible financially. And that tells you right away, if you think about it, that that's a fucked situation. It's not, what? But it does actually work out to be true. And it fucks everybody, It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you get trapped into this thing where,
well, you get. I mean, especially in like posh places, posh towns, you get a lot of resistance to change. You know, they don't want things. They don't want things to change. Oh, you don't want a new housing area. You know,
Right.
Lord knows who might move into those houses. You know, it could be anybody. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, you end up with these people just resisting change completely. I guess they don't care.
I mean,
they're doing all right. That's the thing. They're doing all right, so they don't care.
Well, I mean, and it's this thing, like in our area where I live, it's a nice smaller place. It's really cool. And we don't want it to grow into some ridiculousness, but that's what's going to happen because they keep rezoning areas to have more population and so on and whatnot, because they got no choice, and it's going to ruin it, and it's going to price me out and others, and that's just kind of, you know. And so when you I forgot to tie this back, we were talking about like immigration and stuff. When you look at immigration and you look at the current model of the way townships and cities tend to evolve, you do need growth. And if you don't have growth through local birth rates and stuff, why not let some people in? And like you said, Dunk, there's that whole immigration done properly. There has been many situations in many countries where some immigrant person turns out to be some horrible fucking killer type gangbanger and stuff. And yeah, that really sucks. And we could do better. But that doesn't mean you hate your neighbor just because you suspect they came from somewhere else.
Well,
This
that's the
is
thing.
just ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame an evil mind on immigration.
Mhm.
Because there's evil minds everywhere. I mean, how many mass shootings have been in America this year that have been done by an immigrant?
Well, if you're gonna,
I don't think it's very many.
if you're gonna do evil minds in immigration, how come America isn't cracking down on Chicago because there could be mafia crime or something like this? It's a stupid argument that never ends, right? And
you're having to go to the Italians now.
yeah, exactly.
The Sicilians,
yeah. But you know, why wouldn't you let somebody with a doctorate in theoretical physics come and work in your country or something? You know what I mean? It's the idea that immigrants are bad is the dumbest thing. I mean, hello, America. If immigrants are bad, Werner von Braun took you to the goddamn moon, for fuck's sakes, and you celebrate it like it's one of your greatest things. Like,
not if you're
come on.
He was a Nazi.
That's what I was just going to say. Not only was he, but I mean, come on, right? You know?
That's old Project Paperclip. Yeah, you can get right.
One of the most important people in the whole Manhattan Project or whatever, the bomb, was Oppenheimer, a good old traditional American last name.
Yeah. Was he Jewish?
Snippy.
I only had a chip on his shoulder.
Dear God.
It's quite easy, to try to take us like a ethical high standard, but then you go through it's like the neo-Nazis in America, and you look at those, pasty white folks living in trailer parks, with bald heads and. You ain't from around here, are you, boy? All this kind of shit. Well, you're all evil bastards. How many immigrants have you got in your little club? None. Oh. So you're all just racist bastards without being any immigrants.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even own any.
Yeah. You're hateful, spiteful, murderous, evil shit, and there's not a single immigrant amongst you. Oh, maybe maybe you're putting immigrants in a good light now. maybe they should have more immigrants, but might be a bit more peaceful.
Yeah.
Read some passages from the Quran.
Yeah.
Calm your tits down a little bit.
Yeah. During the speech, the guy will be like, "My father was from the Highlands of Scotland, and my mother was from the Highlands of Argentina, and I know what it means to be an American."
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't. I'm having such a hard time with the level of hate,
Yeah. especially,
Well, I thought I was an angry asshole. What the fuck?
Especially when if you're talking about the United States of America, or you just include the Americas.
Yeah.
The Americas is not just the United States.
Yeah.
Americas is huge, and it's full of.
I'm one.
Well, yeah, exactly. And some are a lot pasty, lot less pasty than you are. Some of them were quite well tanned, and should we just say brown? There's Peruvians, Incas.
Yeah. If you want to get real racist about who is an original American and who should be kicking who out, let me tell you, pasty white Aryan motherfucker, it's not you that's going to win this one,
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to have seen some old movies of, indigenous American tribes out there talking about the, white man come, say no to immigrants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stop the boats. all these American Indians standing on the coastline, just saying, "No, go home, you bastards."
Imagine if all of the native North Americans had figured out that all they had to do was get to the coast and stop them as the boats come in. What would North America look like now?
I don't know. We wouldn't be able to see it for all the buffalo.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, but then who do they sell the tobacco to? So you need the white folk to fill their casinos.
If it wasn't for colonization, I wouldn't be getting drunk right now. Actually, I can't get drunk tonight. I bought 6 medium strength beers. That's it. Tomorrow could be responsible person morning, so I'm not really sure how it's going to play out.
Oh, I'm giving up being responsible. I've had enough.
Oh, I wish. Oh, I can't even, old YouTube Studio used to give me all kinds of useful information. Now I can't find half of it. It's so stupid.
You don't need it.
I like to know what's going on just to make sure, Hey, we should shout out the team fundraiser. We haven't done that yet. Let me get it pulled up here.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. So, here we go. We got a fundraiser for the Shills team going on. Some of it's to upgrade some computer stuff so people are more effective team members. There's a couple of personal things that had to get dealt with as well. The list is irrelevant. All of it's important and really matters. We got, as you can see there, we got $1,331 into the pot so far out of a total of 18. So we're pretty close, guys. Huge thanks, huge shout out here. Let me give y'all a little rub-a-dub-dub. There we go. Very cool indeed. We'll get the link in the live chat, and I do believe it's in the description, but if not, I will double check and make sure, just so if you got a couple you could throw in. Wow, do we appreciate it. It really, really helps.
Yeah, anything, buttons, bottle caps, old t-shirts, anything you can throw in, just to put it in.
Yeah.
Old bin bags of unmatched socks.
There it is. Okay. So yeah, I'll put it just under the first line of the description. There is the link to the fundraiser as well. Wow, they even changed where that goes in studio. Come on, guys. Really? Don't make it so difficult, YouTube. It's called muscle memory. Ever heard of it? I think these geeks are just such happy people when they're on their computers that they just can't help but change things as fast as they change their fetish from blondes to redheads to...
Well, I don't know. My muscle has no memory of that whatsoever. It's completely forgotten. There's no identity. What am I here for?
I can't even touch it to go to the bathroom without getting tired. It just, it
just says to itself, I'll just curl up and fall asleep down there.
Yeah, exactly.
like a tiny little furless kitten.
Yeah. Treat me like an old poodle. Just let me,
It's like one of those hairless chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Just dribbles slightly less.
Yeah. Those fucking cats that just look like they were drawn by the what's his name? The
famous drawing person.
Corpse's Bride.
Tim Burton.
That's it. Yeah, Tim Burton. Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of which, you mentioned Brian Johnson recently, talking about visual effects and so on and whatnot. You mentioned him a few times, right?
Yeah, he's an old buddy of mine.
Yeah. I was watching some stuff online about visual effects and so on, and he came up quite a few times. Because of Dykstra coming over to do Battlestar Galactica after Lucas was just like, you're such a spaz, I can't handle you anymore. And that whole thing happened. Dykstra brought some technology over that he had no legal right to use. And it became a big deal. And the equipment was confiscated and brought back to Lucas. And Dykstra was taken off the project and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was originally going to be your buddy, Brian Johnson, who was going to take the lead for the Battlestar Galactica visual effects, but he wasn't finished with the space series.
Space 1999.
Yeah. And because of that conflict, he couldn't properly take the job. And there's some disgruntled people, very much so, in the background. And it seems to be directed to Dykstra because of all his crap. The Battlestar Galactica people, halfway through 1978 or whatever, when the first original version of the show was released, were hamstrung, and they had to use local in-house effects people, and it sucked.
Yeah.
It's one of those what if moments, right? So after watching that, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I put Space 1999 into the Shills media server system because I wanted to go back and watch, especially the first episode where they spend a bit more money and whatnot. And I could totally see Brian Johnson having been the guy doing Galactica. That could have been pretty cool.
He could have been. Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. He had a great control of perspective and stuff and grandiose scale, right? It really comes across, especially being somebody that has like a 65-inch television. When you rewatch it, it looks great, Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, he was so clever with just like simple trickery. There's a lot of stuff in like Space 1999. They got the Eagle model, massive, like 48-inch model, beautiful model. But then, a few rows back, it's just cardboard cutouts, photographs
Yeah,
of
yeah.
eagles.
Yeah.
How do you fill it out? Well, we haven't got that many eagles. Just print them out.
Yeah, yeah.
Just photograph them and print them out.
Oh, it
We did
turns
that
out it
loads of
works on the
times.
battlefield. So,
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. I'll put you on headphones or speakers. Hold on.
Yeah, no, he was great at that. I mean, he was quite a tiger in the industry, because I mean, he was working for Jerry Anderson. I can't remember which product he was working on with Jerry, but he said, "No, I'm leaving. I'm going to go to work on movies." I think it's when he wanted to go and work on 2001, and Jerry Anderson was like, absolutely apoplectic about this, and so he was shouting, he was like, "You'll never work in this industry again."
That didn't work out.
No. He's got the Academy Award for Alien.
Yeah, exactly.
Or was it Empire Strikes Back? I can't remember what he got it for, but yeah, such a cool dude. Though. I miss him terribly.
Yeah, I bet. I saw a little footage where they were talking to him a couple of times, and
he's so dry, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
In interviews, he's so dry. He's not like that in real life.
Oh, no?
He's a lot more flamboyant in real life.
Do you think that's a defense mechanism or just?
I don't know. It's just, but it almost comes across like he just doesn't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not just not interested in talking, but I'll give you the information. No, in reality, he loves talking about his past work. I remember him sitting next to him while we were shooting this. It was a crappy kids TV show called Dream Street, but he was the director and I was the animatronic controller for all the characters on it. And he just sat there and said, "I was working on a film called Alien." Yes, Brian, we've heard of it. We know we've heard of Alien. That's all right. But he was talking about working with what was the bloody film? It was the Peter Sellers movies, the Clouseau movies. I can't remember which one it was. But he was basically saying that he needed some petty cash to go and buy something or other, and then he just goes into the production office and they just open up the safe and there's this like pile of cash. And they just take a handful out and just give it to him. He didn't sign anything or anything. No. Just like here's a pile of cash.
Opened and guarded by the Teamsters, I'm sure.
I don't know. Where's this money coming from? They just didn't care. Here you go. Here's a watch of cash. Just go fix the problem. Just sort it.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a Rolex, a car, and 24 mortgage payments. Now get out of my office. Yes, sir.
Oh, but there's some other things I could tell you about him, but I'm not too comfortable about saying it on air.
Yeah. No, what you'd have to do is wait 3 months, and then we can have a conversation about an anonymous person you once met, and you could tell the story, right?
No, I don't think so, because you'd still be able to trace it back to him.
Fuck all that. Come on.
Yeah, it has some very, very close ties with famous people. But anyway, enough said. Move on.
Yeah. And you could tell who he was by the mole on the penis. So,
Talking of famous people, there's been this big hoo-ha about the Super Bowl halftime act.
Yeah, they've got somebody called Bad Bunny.
Yes.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? What's a Bad Bunny?
Well, this is the question I was going to ask. Is like, who the fuck had ever heard of Bad Bunny until it was brought up that we can't have Bad Bunny?
Yeah, I mean, it took me a minute to realize that I have seen Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny joined, I think it was Kimmel, but it could have been Jon Stewart or something, when Linus from Linus Tech Tips was on one of those talk shows like a year or two ago.
No, Linus was on one of those talk shows.
Yeah, I was surprised. It got recommended to me in my feed on YouTube, and Linus joined Kimmel or one of them. I can't remember who it was.
No
Kind of
way.
drunk. Yeah. And Bad Bunny was sitting beside whoever this talk show host was. It might have been
Right.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon probably he's more lower rent.
Yeah. He's kind of like a budget Jimmy Kimmel, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I can see Linus Tech Tics being on that. Not
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel.
And it was, it was
But
like-
it's just so funny. All this.
yeah.
Oh,
But
you can't have Bad
what
Bunny.
is a Bad Bunny? What does he do? Like, what is he gonna do during the halftime show? Is he a celebrity chef? Is he a rapper? Is he a DJ? Is he, an OnlyFans cock? I mean, I don't know.
Well, he's not American. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from. Puerto Rico, Argentina, Spanish. We're Hispanic in some kind of way. I don't know. He's just not a white American, and that's what they're getting all uppity about.
What does
even though I think Tay was approached, but they didn't want her because she's anti-Trump.
I don't even know what that is.
Tay, Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's too busy playing football these days or something, isn't she?
Well, playing with somebody's balls. A footballer's balls.
Yeah, well, hopefully, for his sake, right? I mean, at least I hope it's not her assistant that ends up with the job,
Mm. She can afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just so funny. It's just all come out. Oh, we can't have Bad Bunny. Oh, it's gonna just be a bad influence for the kids. Oh,
No, I mean,
what's a good influence for the kids? Tell me.
yeah, my Speaker of the House, Mike,
Johnson.
yeah, Circumcision, whatever his name is there. He got all up in arms about Bad Bunny and suggested somebody, I can't remember the person's name, but
No
he's
one knew who it was.
he's in his 80s, and I think he's the guy that did God Bless America, the song.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if he was to take a deep enough breath to start singing the song, that would be the last you would ever hear from him.
Yeah. he wrote the first draft of the Constitution
Yeah.
in song format.
Yeah. Silver Earth in the chat says Lee Greenwood. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh, he's almost old enough to know who Booth was.
But that was obviously like Mike Johnson is just like think of somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
He was going through his Spotify list and saying, "No, I can't have that. Can't have that one. Can't have that one."
Actually, I think it was more like my wife doesn't allow me to listen to music, and I don't know the names of the stuff that I hear when she sends me shopping. Right? He's not allowed to use Shazam because then he might have something to talk about.
Yeah. Who is this Lady Gaga of whom you speak? And is she of royal descent?
I mean, can you imagine his wife? Look at that guy. Who do you imagine is making love to you so you can make it enjoyable? Mickey Mouse?
Well, he's probably thinking of Beyonce. So.
I feel sorry for her, man. She probably hasn't had a good orgasm in 20 years. When did they get married? 19 years ago. So yeah, it's been 20, right?
Yeah. She's probably got lots of honky immigrants doing the gardening.
Yeah, she gets her washing machine serviced weekly.
Yeah. Getting her seals replaced.
Well, at least lubricated.
Talking of other breakdowns of politicians. What was it? Did you see the thing with Stephen Miller crashing on camera?
Yeah, where they unplugged the dildo and it couldn't keep speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking away, blah blah blah, about Trump. You know, he can do whatever he like, and he used this word, plenary authority.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, he just froze.
But
and it was hysterical.
But he was still live.
Yeah,
he was still moving. He just wouldn't speak anymore.
Yeah, I think what he was thinking is if I just stop talking, then everybody would think that the camera froze. Yeah. And I'll stand really, really still.
Yeah. Maybe I'll even turn invisible if I don't move at all.
Do the Homer Simpson peering into the hedge. Yeah. And now the thing is, he said those words, but nobody really knows what plenary authority means.
No, the host was just like, "Are you there?" Please explain that new thing you just invented for the English language.
Well, it's not a new thing. Unfortunately, plenary authority means he can do what the fuck he likes.
Oh, yeah,
as a king.
Well, I've thought for a long time that Stephen Miller is actually just, a Russian sort of controller to keep Trump in line. But Miller seems to literally at times be the one calling the shots. Like, no, Mr. Trump, Project 2025 says we're doing this. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It just somebody come across like that, You think? I mean, after seeing this, I'm expecting. You think like Jim Henson has got his hand up Miller's fist up his ass.
Yeah,
and he just stopped talking, stopped puppeteering him. But yeah, no, Miller seems to be the one that's puppeteering Trump.
Yeah, very much.
Very, very odd game that's going on there.
Yeah, I see Miller as the one who's literally there to make sure that the leash doesn't get too long.
And that's one of the reasons why it does concern me that if anything happens to Trump, like he's ill, he might die, then they'll just replace. I mean, he always wanted JD Vance in as president, and of course JD Vance would take control, and Stephen Miller would still be the one pulling the strings.
Yeah, exactly.
You need the whole Trump empire to crumble.
JD Vance is
Miller out.
Well, yeah, because JD Vance is enough of a bitch that he will listen to the Project 2025 controllers, which are probably the ones that are financed in a big way by the Russian oligarchs that want that authoritarian control to really seep in. It kind of makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. Weaken the United States from the inside.
Yeah. Let them fight each other through this social media battle of you crybaby lefties and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's very depressing. Very depressing. I wish people would see through that.
I mean, look at it this way, dude. People are totally congratulating Newsom for finally taking the fight to the Republicans in a way that matters. But what he's done is resort to social media tomfoolery bullshit. And yet it works. How fucked are we if that's how we're going to elect our officials? We're going to end, right? I mean, we need the human attention span has got to come back to a point where you can listen to more than 4 sentences before you decide on something that seriously matters.
Yeah. Don't base it on a meme.
Yeah.
And it is frustrating because it just seemed to be the way it's going. I mean, they've kind of like set a precedent now. and it will continue like that now.
You know,
politics and the same in this country as well. It's just
Now, if the Democratic approach using the Republican way of using social media works, I'm all for it. But they can't lose sight of the fact that there has to be some real message in with all the social media grandiose hype and bullshit and stuff. You still got to keep some message in there. It can't devolve to this level of it's almost the WWE where two people spend more time in the ring bickering than they do wrestling.
The pre-fight face-off sort of thing.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a, you know.
Yeah, let's get Bernie Sanders on TikTok.
Yeah. And if you talk to any old school long-term politician who has worked their way up in the ranks to get there, they'll start telling you this approach doesn't work long-term because you got to be able to compromise and give and take and stuff. Now, I agree for everybody to get along, there has to be some compromise, give and take. But what they're talking about is actually, okay, I'll vote for your thing if you vote for my thing. It's not about what's actually better for people. I can understand why people got behind Trump's. We're going to wipe out the rhetoric and the BS in politics, because politics has got to the point where the checks and balances between the two powers means that almost nothing ever gets done in the long term, because if one side does a thing, the other side you know what?
Well, the thing is, like, if you look at it, you know, you have all these like Senate committee meetings and whatever, and you got people in like, you know, mahogany walled rooms, you know, using very, very fancy language to bring these. They're basically just like fighting each other off, but doing it with using long words.
Yeah, legalese and
and to smart people, that's great. They love it. But to the majority of people, it's blah 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 in one ear, out the other. I'm not going to watch that fuck or watch that shit. You know, what memes can I see on Facebook? Yeah, that's the job for me.
Yeah,
I'll make my decision that way.
And when you hear that the government is trying to pass a bill to make sure that low-income families can be taken care of, but the other side is arguing if you don't put a tax cut in for the insert labor market situation, whatever here, we won't pass your other thing. Well, how do the two even fit together? Can't we focus on one thing? Like, why does it all stack up and have to be about like it? That is some bullshit. It doesn't help anyone.
Well, the other thing as well, we've got to recognize, like in the past couple of weeks, coming from the White House, Trump itself, putting out AI slop memes.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah, that's coming from the mouth of the president of the United States. I mean, once upon a time, you would have a president throwing shit at his opponent, across the aisle, in a dignified manner. Again, it would be long words, legalese, and blah blah blah. Aren't you a silly bunt? But you know, in posh words. But now it's just like, oh, I'll just stick a mustache and a sombrero on this guy. And this is coming from the president of the United States. This and the leader of the free world. That's the guy that everybody's supposed to look up to.
It's even more than that, Dunk, because this is the guy that sat in a Tesla and went, this computer, there's no way he's making these. So he's dictating this crap to people. They're making it and then posting it. And you that shows the depth of the this is funny stuff that he's got as yes people underneath him, because any other president in the history of America would have had people around him going, dear God, don't do that. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I don't even think he's coming up with the idea. It's just like people are just like making these things. He says, yeah, I love it, I'm going to use that. Let's go now.
Yeah, exactly.
He does not have the imagination.
Yeah, he pulls out a Bondi and says, "That's funny," you know.
Yeah. The only thing he can do is rag at people for not like Pam Bondi, for not putting enough people in jail.
Yeah, I mean this thing. Oh, the only reason we have a shutdown is the Democrats. No.
What was it? What was the other thing? There was that Pritzker guy, Chicago. It's like Trump was saying, "Oh, he should be in jail."
Yeah.
For what?
I know.
What? Like his shoes didn't match his jacket.
Yeah, I know.
What charges is it for like standing up for your people? He should just be in jail.
Yeah. He's not a king, but he literally wants people jailed based on his opinion of them.
Off with his head.
Yeah. Can you imagine? He must have thought Thatcher was a complete wimp,
It's just mad.
It drives me crazy that we have to literally sit here and discuss this because it's some of the only shit that's on everybody's fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, the thing is also, you got the Texas National Guard going into Chicago.
Oh my God, I know. Why doesn't Chicago's what are they, Illinois? I mean, why is it Texas?
Yeah, because obviously they wouldn't bring the Illinois National Guard into it because they don't need to.
Yeah. No, but Texas, they some God-fearing American MAGA Republicans. They'll do us good and proud.
Now, I saw some video of them going in, and it took me a moment because they all had like a big patch on their arm that said T. And I thought, oh shit, here we go. They've got the Trump patch.
Maybe they're sponsored by Tetley.
Tesla. But I realized that's probably T for Texas afterwards. Okay, fair enough.
It's T for teeth, as in I'll kick your teeth in if you don't do what you're told, son.
Well, I mean, there was that thing. I don't know who it was. The ICE agents shot in the head that
a preacher.
Yeah.
And they shot him with what I think was called a pepper ball.
Yeah, that's right. It's a pepper ball, but
I don't know what that is. I figure it's like a salt load,
Yeah. It's still. I mean, it hit him right in the head.
Yeah, and you could see the reaction. He was like stunned, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And think about it. If it's a hard projectile piece of pepper, it's still designed to break up and put all of that into your breathing and face and stuff. Like, he's a preacher, and you could see him. He looked like Einstein right before he died. He's all silver-haired and stuff. What is he going to do? He can't even get his pants fast enough to pee,
But there's also like footage of like a 8-year-old woman who got shot in the head with one of these. I've seen the images of that, and it really has it does break the skin and make a hole.
Yeah, you see the person physically react to the impact. It's a big deal, man. Yeah.
Now, but what the thing is, what I don't understand, and this should be happening, is the ICE agent who did that should be arrested.
Oh,
shouldn't they?
Well, not just arrested, but using that kind of force on a peaceful crowd, you should be held in like a place where only serious criminals get held until you go to trial and stuff. You should not be hanging out with white collar motherfuckers,
Yeah, go hang out with Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll put you to work.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He should be. I mean, I don't understand why didn't the cops get involved? It should be a criminal investigation.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, that guy is going to be saying, "Well, we don't know who it was. They're all masked, so there's no IDs." Well, there you go. There's a big problem for a start.
Yeah.
So who's in charge? This guy's in charge. Well, then you're under arrest because you're in charge of all these people.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're the captain of the ship. You take responsibility of your crew.
Imagine
like a real Captain Kirk kind of situation.
Well, imagine this, Dunk. You go to one of those ICE recruiting things and you go, "Hey, I want my 50,000 bonus and all this. Yeah, I'll round me up some immigrant scum and blah, blah." Now, they say to you, "Oh, yeah, and you get to wear a mask to make sure that nobody can charge you for essentially criminal actions after. But we want you to treat these guys like criminal scum and round them up." I would have done it without a mask. Like, imagine the people they're recruiting. This is if you're signing up for this, you're either so desperate for money, it's not funny, and you'll be one of those ICE agents you see holding back in the background, or you're going to be one of those ones you see up at the front that is loving the violence against the brown and eating it up. And that's why I believe we're seeing an escalation in the way ICE is dealing with the public, and it's due to the recruitment process.
Well, I would imagine there's probably an awful lot of people who applied for the jobs with ICE who, they're kind of like a bit of a bastard. They go, "Right, I'll join the police. I'll join the police force," and then they get a psychological analysis, and you go, "No way are you? I mean, even you're too weird for the fucking police." And we've got some nutters on the job, but you're far out. So you go, "Oh, okay, I'll go and join ICE then." And they don't care. I bet they're not putting anyone through psychological analysis.
Exactly. The guys at the police force are like, "This person should never have a gun," and Trump's crew are like, "Give him two."
Yeah. He's just got out of jail. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Armed assault. You're just the man we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Ever beat your wife because we're gonna go after a sewing shop? I wouldn't at this point, we're seeing the escalation, and you can always look to local, regional, and national police forces. When you have a situation of escalation where the cops are at fault, it's usually because you have some bravado, I want to be a cool guy mofo who was like the high school football quarterback, but he's an idiot and he was never going to get through college. So in order to be the cool guy, he goes off to be a cop. And those people got hired way too much through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And that's where you get this problem with the authority figures that we have in place. Now,
yeah, I'll just jump in there because I know a guy from school who was bullied to hell, and when I met him, he became a cop. It's like, okay,
exactly. That's the other side of it. That I want power finally, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is the hiring process, that's wrong, because anybody who's ever taken a little bit of martial arts training or something knows how easy it truly is to teach somebody to defend themselves in the moment appropriately. But you don't have to hire a tough guy or somebody with serious attitude, because you can teach them how to defend themselves. You want people that want to be in the police force because it's just and right and it helps and it serves and stuff.
Yeah. To protect and serve.
Yeah. And that's been a problem.
It says that on the side of the police cars, I think.
Yeah. But that's
think
been
they've
a
taken out.
problem. I mean, I dealt with these guys when I was a teenager, 14 years old. They catch you sneaking a few beers somewhere or smoking a bit of pot, and they have to be all tough guy and stuff and blah, blah. Where it would have been way better for them to just simply be cool and say, you know, I knew guys like you back when I was in high school, and none of them have a mortgage or a home or even a car. Keep doing it. You know what I mean? But no, they had to come in all bravado and all it does is make you go, fuck you, pig, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does. It does. Produce a kind of like a defense against. I wouldn't just say authority, but the police and themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is about the police is there's good guys and there's bad guys, and it's just
and only takes a few to wreck it for many. But due to hiring practices, the military had this too for quite a while. Hiring those tough guy heroes because they're the ones you need on the front lines wasn't always the best idea.
Yeah.
You know?
And then what happens is you have one of those guys, he's just back from Vietnam. He's going to find his buddy. He's walking through a town he's never been to before. And the sheriff just gets a bit antsy with him and tries to take him,
right?
Say you got to get out. You got to get out. And then all of a sudden he's in the woods and he's like shooting down helicopters and
coming out of the mud.
Coming out of the mud. Yeah, he's just blowing the town up. Yeah.
Adrian. Oh shit, wrong movie. Damn it. Let me get one last drink here before 1 second here. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's another interesting thing has happened. There was this retired general. It's always the retired generals who speak out. Why can't the actual ones that work, speak out? The retired general was talking about the National Guard and said, if he was sending his National Guard in to one of these cities, it would be there to protect the protesters, not the ICE agents.
Yeah, it would be there to defend the constitutional rights of American citizens.
Yes. Oh, I'll come back to that in a minute. You just remind me of something. But yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering when it's going to, you're just going to end up with a point where at some point you can have National Guard facing National Guard.
Yeah. And we can't, America, if you're on one of those teams and you find yourself being sent in against each other, put your weapons down and go get a coffee because that's fucking stupid. Do not let that happen.
But the thing is, there was that raid on that apartment block where you had black.
That was so disgusting. Oh my god!
Yeah, but this is what I don't understand because who was it who was, what do you call it when they're coming down from ropes on the helicopter? There's a special name for it. I can't remember what it's called. But they also like
that would have been Dwayne Johnson. He's called The Rock.
Yeah, but they're all coming in on off ropes of the helicopter, and it's like that doesn't sound like your big fat ICE agent. That sounds like a proper military operation. And not only that, you got the Black Hawk helicopters. Yeah. So someone in the military is actually following Trump's orders, which are essentially illegal orders.
Not essentially. As far as I can tell, they just simply are. Fact.
Well, yes. Yeah. So that's kind of discouraging. I know it's great to see retired generals. Like I say, it's always the retired ones. But, them, the ones that are saying, we shouldn't be doing this. But there are people in the military who are following these orders, and that's very disconcerting.
There's a definite tendency, as I understand, for Republican-based families to be second, third, fourth generation military families. There's a lot of Republicans in service in America.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think very many of them voted for a regime. And I can only imagine how tough this is for somebody who gave an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States and be a Republican. And hear somebody say, I want my political enemies arrested because they're guilty as fuck.
Yeah.
I just can't reconcile that. And I hope most of them can't either, you know?
Well, that kind of makes you wonder, you know, the pilots of those black hole helicopters, you know, what was, yeah, how did they go round, you know, to pick the right ones, the right pilots, you know, hands up who supports Trump and ICE.
Yeah.
Because you're up for this. We're up for a mission. We're looking for volunteers.
Or what if you got a Trump commander who doesn't give all the details so that he just gets everybody's yes, sir, and they go out and start killing, right? It's so scary right now because I wouldn't hesitate to say that America's closer to real division right now than ever before since Civil War. You know?
I mean, I said it the other day, but I reckon I wouldn't be at all surprised if we're weeks away from some kind of Civil War breakdown. Some kind, maybe not a full one, but some kind of big Civil War breakdown.
If any,
it could be 3 months tops.
If any protesting Democrat or anti-King person starts any kind of violence, he is going to use everything he's got. And if he gets that chance, there is no chance of free and open elections for the midterms. Yeah. He will simply keep control.
This is why the shooting of that priest and other people with pepper balls.
They're doing it on purpose.
They're doing it on purpose to get the result they want, to get the people to fight back. And who can blame them? To be honest with you, it's like you think about the Russian Revolution as well. You know, you got people being chased down and slaughtered in the streets.
Hold on. Your choice of words was terrible. Who could blame them? But I think what you meant was it's an obvious strategy, and everybody should not. Right? I wouldn't say who could blame them, but I know the intent was proper. Right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when would it? Instead of pepper balls, it's bullets.
Oh, it's coming. It's so fast on the heels. It's not funny, because if people don't react to priests getting concussions or whatever, just from simply standing there pleading with people not to invoke violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
we can't all go on hunger strike.
Yeah. Right.
Certainly not in America. Mm-hmm. They'll starve.
And the thing is if more and more Americans stand up during these protests peacefully, the other side can only invoke violence in their reply so many times before boom. And the boom won't come from them. It'll come from everybody else, because there's no way the American military is going to step in and start killing their brothers and sisters, their fellow American citizens, over poor, bad orders from a non-democratic leader. It's not going to happen, man. Some will, but overall, America will win, not the Trump Reich.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. They'll keep shooting people with pepper balls, smoke grenades, whatever. Maybe eventually bullets, and then someone will fight back, and they'll go, "See, I told you, they're all violent." Yeah,
but nobody on the peaceful side of protest has to fight back. It just literally becomes 75% of America not doing anything but protesting, and the whole country grinds to a halt, and that's it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it just takes one person to flip out. Just takes one.
It's going to take more than one, right?
No, I mean to flip out and, it's like shoot back. And as soon as that one person does it,
Oh, I'm sure there will be some atrocious behavior on the side of the awful people, the Reich, I guarantee it. And the side of just and true and democracy will suffer a few losses, like guaranteed. I'm sorry to say, but everybody's always said the cost of freedom and so on. Well, this is going to become an internal, how far are you willing to go? But
I did like the fact there was that like video, about the Portland, where they're outside the ICE agency and they're talking about the hell hole, and there's just all these people in like inflatable animals just like dancing around.
Yeah. Kimmel did a funny thing. He said, take videos of hellhole or whatever and show us and stuff. Yeah.
It's a hashtag show me your hellhole. I looked it up. There's like 4 videos.
Yeah, but look it up in 24 hours. Give it a chance, right?
Yeah.
Well, funny thing there, when the Kimmel thing happened and everything, I looked at the different late night show hosts and their subs and stuff, and I was surprised. Kimmel seems to have everybody beat, on YouTube.
Sub numbers.
Yeah. The Daily Show doesn't have as many subs. Colbert doesn't have as many subs on YouTube as Kimmel.
Yeah, he had like 20 million before he got shut down. I think he's
21 something now.
Yeah, I'd expected it to have been higher after his comeback. But yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the others. I mean, Jon Stewart especially.
Yeah.
When he can be bothered to show up and not just like hand it over to everybody else. He's just a great voice.
Yeah. It's funny to see old Jon Stewart clips. He's so much younger. It's crazy. He famously did this appearance on a show. It was from early cable news. I think it was that show. There's somebody on the right and somebody on the left, and he shows up sitting in the middle and just fucking takes them to task. Crossfire. I think it was Crossfire. Pat Buchanan was the right guy for a while on that show. I'm trying to remember. But he just came on and spanked them around as like crybaby little bitches. It was really good.
He would make a great politician, but he has no political aspiration whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Most people that would be really good politicians don't want to be politicians, because it's an awful game of compromise, and you can never get anything the way you truly want it to be done, and it's terrible.
Yeah, I can just see it, like Jon Stewart, President of the United States, President 48. So right, day one, I'm going to do this. No, sorry, Mr. President, you can't do that. And all the red tape and the paperwork comes out. And then, sorry, Mr. President. Has to go through Congress, has to go through the law courts. I mean, never bothered Trump. I don't know why it is any others. Like, any other president should come in and be ethical and the courts and the laws and everything. Just do what you like and just do it. Fix everything, put it all right, and just get it done.
Speaking of which, when this whole Trump thing is done and the Democrats have control of America again for a while, because let's face it, that's the only way this ends. Whether Trump has to be dragged out by his crankles or cankles or whatever, how
It might not be the Democrats. It might be the Chinese. But carry on.
Yeah. But imagine how long it's going to take to correct the ship.
Yeah, depends how you do it, I guess.
You know, I mean, it's going to take like 2 years just to de-gold the Oval Office, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, take all the picture frames and take them off to automotive detailer people that can de-chrome parts and stuff. And, you
just
know,
acid dips.
Yeah.
Just acid dip the White House, knock down the ballroom.
Yeah. Re-dirt the Rose Garden, you know. Oh my God. You know. Oh dear Lord. The ballroom. Everybody's wanted one. It's gonna be great. That Trump, nobody gives a fuck except for the uber rich, you know.
Yeah, no one has ever wanted to see that in the White House, you know. You know, big banquets, you know, for shit. And I mean, maybe he's got it wrong. Maybe it's not just going to be a ballroom; it's just going to be a massive ball pit.
Yeah. But I think the only person looking forward to this ballroom besides Trump is that cleavage that Jeff Bezos married. You know, what's her name?
Don't know.
Yeah, I insert name of bra company here because she doesn't seem to understand that you're supposed to put a shirt over the bra before you put your jacket on and go to the White House.
Yeah, it's how it is these days.
You know,
how it is.
Wow.
Get your tits out for the lads.
But Mr. Trump, look at my puppies.
Yeah. It's a national park.
Oh yes, yeah. So anyway, the other thing I was going to bring up was there was a video. I can't remember where it was now, but there was somebody burning an American flag, and some right-wing podcaster came in and took it off him. And he was in some kind of meeting with Trump the other day, with Caroline Levitt and Pam Bondi, all the crowd, and he was sitting there with Trump. And he brought the flag out, half burned American flag. Yeah, I took this off the hands of a guy, and Trump goes, "Do you know him? Do you know who it was?"
Oh my God!
He goes, yeah, I know who it was. Oh, and he says, "Oh, just give Pam the information."
Whoa!
We'll go get him. And then he says, "Well, I actually got two flags. I've got another one here that someone else tried to burn." We'll go get them both. We'll go get them.
So all you have to do is burn a few flags in your own backyard and run to the White House and go, Mr. Trump, my neighbor's a witch. Can we hang her or burn her on the cross?
Yeah, she turned me into a newt.
It got better. Oh.
But there's been this whole thing about it. Trump is basically saying that it's illegal to burn the American flag. And
it is not.
That's the point. It's in the First Amendment. It's in the Constitution. You have the right to burn the flag, but no, Trump says it's not. So Trump is breaking the First Amendment. The one at the top of the list. The number one part of the Constitution.
Whoa.
Never mind the one that's buried like 400 paragraphs later. Is like the very, very top one. Number one, uno.
He used the Constitution itself like toilet paper, so it's no doubt he used the amendments for the day he had the runs, right?
Jesus Christ.
It's unbelievable. There's no such thing as rights unless it's correct and right for Trump and his idiot family.
His right. His right. Yeah.
Fucking
idiot.
What do you get if you take the intellectual prowess of all of Donald Trump's male children and combine them into one?
You get one of those, the neotoes, what they call them, like slugs.
I was going to say a special needs kid in preschool, but yeah, it's And don't give me shit for that. I live the world of special needs children. Okay,
Yeah, you're special needs yourself.
Pretty much, to be honest. I've got a few issues as they pertain to getting along with others, being social, and blah blah. But I'm pretty good at being a big mouth. So,
talking of big mouth, if you see that, like the QAnon shaman.
Oh my God,
he's suing Trump.
Yeah, for like $20 quadrillion or something.
$40 trillion. I've heard about this, but I've not actually heard any details about it. It's like, what you're suing him for.
The guy can't even count to 40, let alone 40 trillion, right? Well,
I don't know the guy. I mean, all I know is those pictures of him, from Jan 6.
He's the kind of guy that slaps his daughter in the ass and looks at her and goes, "Oh shit, I thought you was your cousin."
Oh dear. Well, he is very horny. And that's a hat joke, by the way.
Yeah, he puts it on display, right? Fucking psycho.
Crazy. Oh, other news. Government shutdown.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're on day 4,000 or something now.
Yeah, and Trump has decided some people will not get back pay.
What?
He has decided. He hasn't said who, but some people don't deserve it.
Let me guess. Are they people that are registered Democrats?
Air traffic control, probably.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Well, by the sounds of it, speaking of air traffic, I've heard some comedians and stuff making fun of this, but it literally sounds like air traffic is about to grind to a halt in America because suspiciously many of them are calling in sick right now. That is, of not being paid.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense unless you look at President Trump as the only intention he's got is to make as much money as he can and just grind the United States into the ground. There is no reason for any of this shit that's going on unless he's just like a fucking Putin puppet.
Let me point out that air traffic controllers are so controlled by the government that they can be ordered to work without pay, but healthcare is something that you have to fight for as a human being in America right now. They're totally fine to be responsible for paying for air traffic controllers, but God forbid they have to put money on the table for universal health care.
Well, I mean, they should bring back slavery. If they don't want to pay people, just bring back slavery and put lots of African Americans into the towers.
I think we should do it the other way. I think we should flip the script and let a whole bunch of African Americans own white immigrants, right? Because there's a war on immigration in America. So why don't we pick on the white immigrants and let the blacks own the whites for a while, right?
What you mean? Oh, you mean like South Africa did?
Yeah. So if you're a white immigrant to America, you first have to live in servitude of a black family for a year. And then you start getting your gold cards or whatever, you know?
Oh dear. Have to eat jambalaya all the time.
Could you imagine Donald Trump congratulating white immigrants for their servitude to black families and welcoming them to America as citizens? I'm laughing inside to a point of insanity right now on this thought.
Yeah, but you have to welcome them in Swahili or something. One of those. I can't remember the tribe. Yeah, the clicks and clacks. And
Donald Trump has to get his tits out and put some rings around his neck, like those girls from the National Geographic magazines, right?
What do you mean the girls are they're people?
Hey, I grew up in the 70s, man. You know, that was almost pornography for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you make it sound like they're a Playboy of the month. They're actual people.
I'm just kidding. It's just, you know.
It's funny though. Yeah.
So
you got me lost on.
I got you lost on those sleek black bodies.
I'm just thinking because the thing is, there's never so like tit shaming in African, women. You get the ones with the.
I don't know that you can tit shame in Africa because everything just seems to be, at least from the 70s, from the magazines we had in the house and stuff. Everybody just seemed to be cool, and
I tell you what, I always use to grimace when you see like the African men out running through the brush, and they just got that like loincloth on or whatever, and it's like there's thorns and prickly things everywhere, and they're just like running through in bare feet and jumping over it. My balls just like sink right up into my body, and they're no.
You know what you do is you tie a string to your ponytail and the tip of your prick, and it keeps it tucked in between your legs, and that way you're good to go. Ask me how I know.
I can't tie knots that small.
You ever see that clip from Top Gear? Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond are all really stuck in the mud somewhere in Africa or South America or something. I can't remember where they were. And the cars were spinning out and they're having the tough time. And they came across some military guys out training. And these military guys all, showed how tough they were and helped them get through it. And a few of them had like some big, pick, shovelly type tools and stuff. And they're going at the mud to try to break it up and get the rocks in to create a thing for the cars. And I can't remember which one of the Brit guys are watching. And they focus the camera in, and the big spiky tool is coming down within 3 inches of the dude's bare foot, sitting in the muck as he's doing his work to clear the car. And watching it, I mean, if you let somebody work like that in North America, your company would be fined so much from health and safety, you would never have employees again.
Yeah. Or a foot.
Yeah. The Botswana special, Mexi girl says. Yeah. And oh my God, it was just unbelievable to see that. It was just, holy fuck, I can't believe any of you have feet. Are we back?
You're back.
I don't know what just happened. Was that on my side or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I was getting dropped frame notices due to network stuff or something on OBS. Okay, yeah. People in live chat are saying back.
Now apparently got echo on both mics.
What? Echo on both mics.
No,
Mic's
no, we don't.
normal again. Okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't change anything, so that wasn't me. Interesting. What the fuck is going on? I have no idea. I restarted my router, my modem, and everything pre-show, the whole bit. And I have a fiber connection. Like, I have badass internet. There's no excuse for this.
Yeah, there is. It's Trump. Doesn't, yeah. They're saying bad things about me. Get him off the air.
Yeah. It's that Dick Dawson again.
Yeah. It's either him or Kimmel.
Well, shit. I got no idea what was going on there, but we did have, like I said in the beginning of the show, a few weird tech things going on.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got to look at the logs and stuff after to see what happened there.
They say he sound like a witch. I'm going to take a shit and have a look. It's like reading tea leaves. I'm going to look at the logs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Sagittarius was passing through Uranus, and
yeah. So let's call it quits to make sure that nothing else fucks up. We'll wrap it up. As soon as we quit this event, we'll put up the event for tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday as well. Get everything rocking so you see it in the recommended feed. One more shout out here for our fundraiser for the team. Today, we've got UTV and Ham and Donald Stellan in the chat, both donating into the fund. We're at 1361. I'll refresh again just in case, because you never know. Some of these sites are really slow to do it.
Yeah. PJ is desperately needing that cybernetic arsehole fitting. So.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. The Fist of Fury, as we're going to call it. We got Shayna, we got PJ CNET, we got Mexi Girl, and we got Super Chat Matt on the team today. Big love and support and help. And, you got to have a good team on YouTube, man, and we always do. So give them a big heart in the live chat. Thank the team for us as well. Big thanks to everybody who supports with memberships and stuff. This is the newer channel. We really appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe buttons because you really need to show YouTube you like this channel so they fucking help promote it a little.
Well, yeah. Leave comments because that always helps. Even just leave a shitty one. Don't care what it says in it. Just leave a shitty one.
Yeah, even if you're just complaining that your dildo as well ran out of USB power and had to be plugged in, it's okay.
Cost 3D batteries. Why am I going to find that? This 2025.
Yeah, and they're all beside each other. Imagine that.
Maybe you're a collector of vintage sex toys. Is that a thing on eBay? I don't know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, mind the splinters. We can't sand it again.
I've never seen any YouTube channels that talk about vintage, sex toys.
Yeah.
We're going to retro bright them.
Yeah. It says Goodyear on the side, but they were only a sponsor for the trade show. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Don't forget to stay extremely chilly, and don't forget to wag a finger at an ICE agent.
Oh, good idea. And if your hands are busy, just undo the zipper and give them the third finger.
Proctology exam.
Snap of the glove.